in the time frame that I've been doing this, I honestly have yet to have one person get an offer or get a position that didn't take the interview prep serious, that didn't take the preparation piece serious. It's really kind of amazing, and that's an area that we really try to bring to differentiate and bring value. And I tell people all the time, it's kind of self-serving. Like I certainly want to help you at the same from the same standpoint. Like every single, if the position is relevant and there's value there, there's going to be 2, 3, 4 candidates have the right skills, the right experience that are going to be interested. And the difference between who gets that offer and who places third or fourth, if it were a letter grade, could be the difference between like a 98.5% and a 96. Mm-hmm. They're all A's, right? So with that thought in mind, could you maybe share how you guys handle the preparation process, or maybe some key nuggets that people that are in the interview process exploring opportunities should think about?
So it's interesting. I have, and again, I think a lot of your style evolved over the years. So, I've been doing this a long time. When I very first started, I probably prepped them almost too much.
Okay.
I was leading people into roles that maybe they weren't even as qualified for, because I gave them, in essence, the answers. Like, here's what the employer is going to really like. And so now, instead of when I prep the candidate, I just prep them on the story. I tell them, here's what I love about this organization, and I tell them the heart part of the organization. I don't really tell them, I would hope that they've looked at the website and they know, technically what the company does. And again, we work pretty tight industry. So
do their research, right?
Right? At least do your research. But what I talk about is I tell the stories of why I love the organization. And usually they're things that either the leader has done in the community, or they're to give them a sense of the heart. At that point, then I'll talk a little bit about just some of the things that I think are important for them to ask. One of my favorite questions is always around after a year, what does success look like for you? I want to make sure that my skill matches what success looks like for you. And the area that most candidates miss when I'm prepping a candidate is they really miss understanding the values of the organization. So I try to prep them on questions that will get at, who fits you. And I always tell them to ask this of the leader. So values of an organization are driven from the top down, good or bad. So you can have a fabulous leader with a people-centric culture and he drives that into the organization. You can have just the opposite, and that's driven in as well. Typically, there's a layer in that kind of organization. There's a layer where people protect those underneath so they don't all go. But this layer is pretty beat up, right? Because that tyrant is pushing down in.
Right.
Again, there's somebody for everybody. So my job is not to judge, because there's somebody for everybody, and every person finds an organization that fits them. But for me, I want them to know what that is. So I give them some questions that I utilize. And, even the young kids, my daughter, when she goes out, is what is most important to you? If you had to force rank values like courage, business acumen, ability to see, around corners, there are all these different things. From a business perspective, what is most important to you? What resonates with you as a good fit in your organization, and what values don't resonate in your organization? And then don't talk, because he who speaks next loses. Yeah. Because what they're going to try to do is say, well, what's important to you? And I would say, I do have some things that are important to me, but I really want to know what you're looking for.
Yep.
You just don't let them flip it on you because they like to. You can learn so much. And that's where when candidates don't do that, when they don't prep for those questions, they end up making a quick choice because they like someone.
Right.
And when I think back on even my own personal bad hires, I liked the person as a person, but I didn't dig into any of the other stuff. And over time I've gotten, so I figured out that that's a bad idea.
Hear me, won't you speak to me when I open up? And I forward my thoughts to you, but sometimes I'd say you're thinking too much, and I don't want to hide.